I'm broadcasting now, and I'm going to post. Says my live stream is offline. I don't know why it says that because I'm live streaming. But hey, okay, cool. So now I'm going to post that on to Facebook,
Okay.
and then we're going to start the show.
All right.
If I can type right.
Right.
Oh, I fucked up my shit, and I can't. Um, I can't tag people. I can't tag your mom,
Holly.
Holly. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna post it,
Yeah.
and then
Send her a Facebook message telling her how to do it.
okay,
She'll get it.
yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Ready in just a second. Okay. Well, now with that taken care of,
Okay.
uh, it's time to start the show. Let me get to my audio. Okay.
A house on Chestnut Park. My family lived there until 1906. It's had a history of strange happenings, strange happenings, strange.
Wherever you are, whenever you are, however you listen, throughout all of space and time, you are now experiencing Strange Happenings with your humble hosts, Frobisher Smith and Raven Black, coming at you in the dusty borderlands and northwestern Cascades of these United States, still united as of September 27th, 2017, the date of this podcast. Ladies, gentlemen, friends, and moon bats, welcome in, and let's begin.
Hey, we are
Hey.
on again.
And
Working up.
here we are, continuing to
Yeah.
do our show. So,
Yeah, exactly. Bam. Here's to you, man. Here's to you.
Thank you. And I can see you as well. We are live
Cool.
casting.
We are live.
So if you're one of the lucky few people who happen to catch this as we're broadcasting it, congrats.
Congrats, yeah.
I could go into the page and check out and see if anyone's there, because they can make comments on the side.
Yeah. Cool, man.
But, so, I don't know if anyone's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm scared to look.
Yeah.
The lucky...
Things going good here at Homestead here. Hope your hearing goes great so you can get your damn ass back in our neck of the woods.
Yep.
And do a lot more things.
Yeah, I'd love to get back into the old
groove, man.
The old groove up in Idaho. You know, doing paranormal investigation and getting involved in some groups like that.
Yeah.
Maybe produce another TV show or another album.
Or
a film. We could always,
or music video. Hey.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be fucking hella tight.
So things are looking up, but our first love, the paranormal, is what we're here to talk about tonight.
Exactly.
And so let's get started with this is one of my things I get fascinated about is strange creatures in the air. You know, things that they catch flying around that have no explanation, really. And this one's a very interesting one. Usually it's very nebulous and you see sort of a black smudge and you're like, well, I don't know what that is.
What the hell was that? You know? Yeah, but I don't know.
This thing is
footage of things, strange things lately.
Yeah. So this comes from Disclosed TV, and this is a story, Fiery Phoenix-like Creature Recorded Over Colorado. A couple witnessed a very strange event in the sky over Montrose in Colorado.
Interesting.
And let me just, for the live viewers, switch the scene to the picture so you can see what I'm talking about. The picture of this creature. As you can see, it's not that it's necessarily on fire. It's just very bright.
Glowing.
It's glowing hot. Bright. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, here's how they described it.
Oh, yeah.
We were on our front deck watching the sunset and sky when my husband saw bright lights coming from the west. I ran into the house to get my phone, and my husband ran into the house to get his Canon camera as we took pictures of the first one. I took video with my phone while he took still pictures of a second one. While they were taking pictures, a second one came from the same directions, and we have pictures and video. Best description as a phoenix or angelic form, they said.
Oh, wow.
But they say the body has a long silver jet type or cylinder. Wings that were curved upwards 80 degrees towards the atmosphere that were fiery orange, very bright, and a triangular transparent veil that looked translucent hanging off the left wing with bright orbs. So that's a very complex thing.
That's a very complex description of the thing.
So here's the video.
That's really neat, man. Here's what I'm thinking, you know. I mean, people could think it's angelic freaking
on June
being
21st, 2007.
or Phoenix or whatnot, but maybe it's actually an extraterrestrial in a new suit.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I think would be possible. It
is pretty possible.
If you have high tech, you would be able to sort of project an augmented reality on the surface of your craft and
Right,
shape it and make it look like something different.
Something
This
different,
is something
something out of
people
this
have,
world.
right. I mean, this is something that's been talked about for decades in
Yeah.
ufology.
Yeah.
The idea that UFOs can mask themselves as clouds or
Yeah.
even turn themselves into like black helicopters. And so the idea that UFOs have the power to transform or at the most hide their external appearance,
Yeah.
is definitely something that's been a part of UFO lore for a long time.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be honest, have you seen Flying of a Navigator?
I have, yeah.
You know that spaceship?
Yeah, exactly.
You know how it freaking changes?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe something like that is actually happening.
Right. And
and they have the technology to cloak themselves with the environment of our planet. It's very, very, you basically call them a chameleon,
Right, yeah, exactly. What interests me though, and what I think is strange, is why would they choose that shape? It honestly looks like a fire dragon or something. But what they were describing on the ground, they were saying they were describing all these metallic parts to it like a plane would have. They're talking about, where the jet is and the fuselage and stuff. And so
oh yeah.
I don't believe that this is probably like a living. Well, then again, who knows? What if it's, a some sort of intelligent machine?
Right. Okay. Yeah, it could be a machine. It could be a machine that was able to fly fucking light years and freaking is able to come to freaking our planet to give us a message.
Right, or at least do some sort of reconnaissance.
Right,
and so
right.
It's trying to make itself look like maybe one of our flying creatures, but it's doing a bad job.
Sorry, my dog's barking. Hey,
That's okay.
Dempson, shut up.
Don't worry, I'm sure a train
Sorry,
will go
guys.
by.
Dempson, shut up.
What's got into Damson?
Oh, a friend of mine's here.
Oh, okay.
I told him to go to the garage.
All right.
Sorry, guys. A little interference in our nice little show here. Anyways, it could be a machine that flies millions of light years to get to Earth to give us a message, maybe to save us from freaking our own destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just observe the life.
Or observing life on this planet.
In our human civilization.
Maybe these guys are too fucking crazy. No, this is not the planet for me, and they left.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But I mean, if it's a phoenix, I mean, come on, that'd be fucking a crazy shit, man.
Well, I know that's what I thought when I first saw the photo. I was like, wow, an actual.
The myth is they burn up and they go to ash, and then they're reborn in the ash.
Right.
That's the myth.
Uh-huh.
So and they're a very mystical creature, and they're actually sought as a very, very highly intelligent being in the pagan folklore. Right. Phoenixes are like power and rage and fire, So yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. So you wonder, like all old myths.
Yeah.
Is there something to the phoenix where it's more than just a example of some sort of allegorical creature, like say the Sphinx or something?
Right.
Is such a thing as a phoenix bird? I mean, not necessarily that does exactly what the would the question? Yeah, like at some point,
it gives us a bird's eye view of what we're trying to see and look at. It gives us a reference on, okay, this looks like this, that looks like this, that looks the same. maybe let's try to compare them. So you sit there and compare them. Okay, this is this. This is this. Oh, they both have this. You know, and you compare them, and if they match up, you could have that hypothesis of going, yeah, it's possible.
Or one last thought I just had is that maybe this is a type of alien craft that has been visiting our planet for many, many, many years.
Right, okay.
And this is sightings of this sort of thing is where the concept of a phoenix comes from.
Right,
or a firebird, so to speak.
Right. Such as cave paintings.
Right.
Hieroglyphics. You know, they have, you know, like in the Egyptian, some of the Egyptian hieroglyphics, they have pictures of light bulbs and helicopters, all this futuristic stuff written on the wall. I mean, you can't just chisel that out in 15 minutes. Go, oh, look at the discovery! Oh, no, that's been there for millions of years, and they have predicted us in the future.
And I know some mainstream Egyptologists like to say, well, you're just seeing that with your modern eyes. They were showing something else, and it's like, well, what else could it be? It only looks like a helicopter.
Exactly like a fucking Huey, man.
Yeah,
it looks
exactly,
like
right. I know, and it's
helicopter.
like,
I mean, come on.
And they're like, no, it's. Well,
and the picture of the jet, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? And then the this isn't Egypt, but this was another big ancient aliens thing. Is the image of one of the Aztec gods, supposedly in his whatever they called it, but it's almost exactly, he's in a cockpit in a spaceship attached to you know, piloting equipment and life support tubes. And it's like, well, that's obviously what that is. What else could it be?
What else could it be? You know, I mean, you know, we make pictures on what we see. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what we see, we try to put down. You know, I mean, way back in the beginning of freaking mankind was formed by the architects. You know, I
mean, so. Well, that's a lot could be happening with this phoenix-like plane creature. I don't know. So
I don't know, man. All right.
If it ever gets spotted again, it'll be interesting to compare.
Exactly.
I wonder if there's been older sightings of very bright bird-like craft. I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, definitely. You're a better researcher than I am, but I try. I don't like computers very much. I mean, they're cool, and you can play awesome games and shit, and do this and that. But when it comes to technical crap, I can't do it.
I'm the way with phones. I can't.
I hate phones. Oh my god!
Everyone, because like I'm good at computers, so everyone comes to me with their smartphones, and I'm like, I don't know how to use these.
Your smartphone?
I was poor. I grew up. I didn't have one of these until like a year ago.
Shit like that.
Yeah. The computer is a lot different. You know, you can do a lot with a computer and a smartphone. I don't know. There's one button. What am I supposed to do? But anyway.
I was 10 years old when 1990 hit.
Yeah. Geez, when did smartphones become a thing? Like 2010 or something?
Yeah, maybe 2009.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Fuck. They're there. They're here.
I didn't own one until like just a couple of years ago. And I don't know how they work.
Yeah. I have a phone. I guess it's a smartphone. I don't know how to use it.
It's a big one. It's got a big screen. That's what's important, I think.
I don't know how to use it very good. Sometimes I throw it. That's why my wife got me a case and a glass screen freaking protector, because I throw this all the time. I hate it. It sucks. Yeah. Sorry.
And what brand is it? So we can get
Samsung.
All right, they're gonna be contacting us to.
Oh yeah, right.
sponsor us.
Oh, that's funny. So what's our next topic, man?
So next up, we've got a 3,700-year-old Babylonian tablet rewrites the history of math.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Demonstrates that Greeks did not develop trigonometry, which I have never studied. So yeah, apparently a 3,000-year-old clay tablet has proven that the Babylonians developed trigonometry 1,500 years before the Greeks, and were using a sophisticated method of mathematics which could change how we calculate today. The tablet, known as Plimpton 332, was discovered in the early 1900s in southern Iraq by the American archaeologist Edgar Banks. The true meaning of the tablet has eluded experts until now, but new research by the University of South Wales, Australia, has shown it is the world's oldest and most accurate trigonometric table, which was probably used by ancient architects to construct temples, palaces, and canals.
Bam.
So yeah,
temples.
That's they were 1,000 years ahead of their time. We find out.
Let me rephrase that. What are temples? What can temples be? They could be pyramids. They could be a structure where someone worships a deity. You know, I mean, come on. I mean, if they used that technology, they had this technology back then. Come on, the freaking goddamn pyramids would be easy to fucking build, like a piece of cake, like nothing.
Right, and so Babylonian temples were designed to be sacred spaces that would change your mind and alter your consciousness as you went through them. All of the ancient temples of Mesopotamia and Egypt and all of that were that.
Yeah.
Wasn't just like going to the church house or whatever.
Right. It's not like going to a church.
Yeah.
No, you go there and you know what you mean, you know? I mean, yeah, people say, you know, you go to church, you got to go every day, you know. That's not what church is. That's another story.
No, like in Egypt, people would go to the Temple of Hathor
every day.
They would be changed by the experience of it because of the acoustics and the atmosphere that was created by the materials and their placement and all this. And it's all very esoteric art and crafts. This craft of Freemasonry, sort of, that that has been lost largely.
3 times more advanced than the freaking Masons, really.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm just sort of equivocating.
Oh, it's okay.
The temple builders of Egypt were far more advanced than any Freemason.
Freemasons, yeah.
But they're kind of going for the same idea. That's all.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Understand.
But so another interesting thing about this tablet is that unlike today's trigonometry, Babylonian mathematics used base 60 rather than base 10, which we use today. And because base 60 is far easier to divide by 3, doing trigonometry calculations are far more accurate. So not only did they develop it before Greece, 1,000 like 1,500 years before Greece, their approach was more accurate because they used base 60 instead of our base 10, which we all use today.
Well, that makes sense. That freaking their cities, Greece, their cities were almost impenetrable
Well, absolutely right.
I mean, come on, take the mathematics of the freaking tablet, and the freaking Babylonians gave the technology to the freaking Greeks, and then they fucking helped them build their fucking cities and use the freaking math to make fortified cities that people can't really break into. That's why Greek lasted so long it did, and then shit happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty
so
insane.
they're saying that it opens up new possibilities, not just for modern mathematics research, but for mathematics education. So because of this nearly 4,000-year-old Babylonian tablet, the kids at school in just a few years might be learning how to do trigonometry completely different in a much better, simpler, and more accurate way that was developed by the Babylonians eons ago. Well, not eons, but long ago.
Yeah. So my girls, hey, I got girls. Yeah. Guess what? I got full guardianship.
Nice. For permanent?
I got them.
Is that permanent?
Yes.
Nice.
Full guardianship, dude. They're mine.
That's great. That's great. Congratulations.
Does it? But anyways, I love my brother. Moron sometimes.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go into a story about Common Core math studies.
Oh no! I mean, Common Core math studies really freaking suck. The freaking stuff that they freaking are teaching right now.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it. I mean, when I was in school, plus was plus, minus was minus, division was division, algebra was algebra, pre-algebra was pre-algebra, physics was physics. Come on, none of this. Oh, how'd you get the answer? We need you to write how you.
I mean, we had to show our work. We didn't have to write a paragraph about how we got there. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. I just don't.
Tell us how you got there. And of course, they make the explanation worth more points than the correct answer, which always my God, that used to piss me off so much in school. Where I'd get the correct answer and they'd be like, "Well, you didn't show your work." So
yeah.
I was like, "Well, I didn't need. I did it in my head. Why do I have to write it down?" It's like a couple of steps. It's not a fucking quadratic equation.
Right.
Which I never really learned how to do. So I've done a couple probably in my entire life for a test in college.
I didn't make it that far.
That's only Algebra 2. And I never got into pre-calculus even, but I'm not a big, not very good at
I'm not a math dude. I'm not a math dude. Right. It's interesting. It's curious. It gets my curiosity.
No, I agree. It is curious, but there's a certain point where I just get lost, and I'm like, well, okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, smoke another one, right?
Exactly. Maybe I can learn this new Babylonian trigonometry, though.
Yeah, maybe you could teach me a few tricks.
Well, I know I've been on khanacademy.com. That's a good site for brushing up on some math that you might want I wanted to relearn long division. So I went to that site and I relearned long division. Oh man,
it's so hard to remember how to do long division.
I've already forgotten again.
I don't know how to. I can't remember how to do it. I was like, long division.
I know. Well,
flashbacks of school. Oh, no, I can't do it. Okay, what's our next topic, man?
We got a reptilian humanoid sighting in Kentucky.
Ooh, in Kentucky? Oh, that's a fucked up state.
So Kentucky, yeah, I know, right? Well, it's pretty well known for its Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Now we're getting a different kind of
different type of sighting.
Crypto-terrestrial sighting.
Dun dun dun. Hey man, their reptilians are out there. Let me tell you, man.
I don't know if
they'll fool you.
Yeah.
They'll fool you. They'll have their human freaking costume on, and they'll fool you. But look at their eyes. I'm telling you, look at the eyes, because you see them blink, bam, you know them right away. And it's hard to see it, but if you see it, you know it.
So
they'll know that you know, and they'll fucking try to kill you. Straight up.
You've encountered these reptilians?
No, but a friend of mine has.
Oh, okay. Are they? So are they? I just lost volume.
Oh no!
Yeah. Uh. Now I'm back. Okay.
Oh, oops.
Shit should be good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We always have a little technical difficulties sometimes. It's going to happen.
Anyway, I've got questions about reptilians, but let me keep
see,
this.
they believe the UFO. Some of the UFO experts believe that the reptilians have a telepathic way of communicating, and they have a way to use their telepathic abilities to get in a human's mind and to deconstruct them and to destroy them without lifting a finger.
Well, see, and that's my question, is that their mask of their human sort of, you know, costume or whatever, is that like a technological thing,
I think,
or is it like a mental thing?
Well, he was saying the appearance of it's they push, because they usually wear a fucking bracelet. I don't know what they look like, but he said they usually wear a bracelet, and when they push on it on the wrist, the cloak of the human appears, and they don't look like a reptilian anymore. So it's got to be like a cloaking device or something.
Yeah, so it's like some sort of morphic field or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, he told me that freaking he got chased. It was in a car, man. They chased him in a car, man. He was riding his bike.
Where was this?
Fucking Nampa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. He was riding his bike, and fucking these motherfuckers started fucking trying to hit him, run him down, because he saw what they were, dude.
See, I want to collect these stories and put them in a book, man. I mean,
I asked him if he would come on the show, and he said he wouldn't because he doesn't want them to fucking find him. He's right now he's like basically off the grid, dude.
Fair enough, but
fair
no
enough. Phone. The only time I hear from him is when he stops by. He has no phone, no way of contacting him. I don't know where he goes, man. He just shows up out of the blue and fucking reshoot the shit and fucking tells me his shit, man. Yeah, dude.
Well, see, that's the thing about this sort of stuff. It happens everywhere. So, like, no matter where you live, if you're interested in the paranormal and the weird, you can just just start in your own town. Trust me, there's some haunted locations. I live in a county of like 1,000 people in the entire county, or something like that.
1,000 people, dude?
Well,
are you serious?
Well, maybe 4,000. Okay.
Okay.
But
like 1,000,
still,
dude, I need to fucking get you out of there.
No, but hey, even this little shithole has like haunted locations and lore and stories about stuff. So wherever you are, you can feel like I'm not where all the cool stuff is happening, but trust me, there's weird stuff happening wherever you are.
Yeah, like that place you were telling me about. Remember that house or mansion or whatever that they're doing tours there, and freaking that's in your neck of the woods?
Oh yeah, down in Bisbee, Arizona.
Man. We did a podcast on this. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what it is, go to our freaking shit and bam, dude, you'll listen.
I don't remember what episode that was, but it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, I think it wasn't too long. It was actually me. Was it last year or the year before that? I'm not sure. It's not too long. It might have been last year.
It was last year.
What,
So,
January?
yeah, something like that. But maybe April. I don't know.
Maybe.
Uh,
It's there. You just
yeah.
gotta look.
So let's get to this story.
All right.
The man who says he saw the entity twice explains he was sitting in his dining room when the first creature showed up. It was dark outside. I had an extremely strong feeling to look outside. When I looked out the window, I saw a dark and slim figure standing about 10 feet away from the house, he said. The eyewitness says the being then looked at him with piercing red eyes. They looked like they were glowing. The second time he saw it, he was able to notice more of its physical features. I was driving home from work, and it was around 10 p.m. I turned onto my street and I saw it walking by. The man claims he pulled over and was able to watch a dark green, scaly creature with big red eyes. The being, he says, then ran in front of his car and quickly disappeared into the woods. That was the last time I saw a creature like that, he said on MUFON about the decade-old encounter.
Wow. See the reptilian that my friend was saying, they had big fucking red eyes.
Yeah.
But he said they blink. Okay, when they're in their human form, it's like they blink. They blink. Okay, have you seen the fucking Men in Black? Fucking the first one where the guys and it blinks like the opposite direction. That's what they do. That's how you can tell if they're real or not. Because it's hard to tell because they have mastered this shit down, man. They've been here for a long time. They've mastered the fucking mass of being human.
Well, what do you think about those videos of supposedly their projection technology starting to fail, and they're I see a lot of these, and it looks like it's just video artifacts screwing up their face. But sometimes some of them I've seen, and it's looked very strange, stranger than the video effect of a bad, low resolution transfer of movement or whatever causes that.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, the thing is that their imaging, their projection messes with these digital cameras, and then when they start to
you cannot take a picture of them. It distorts every freaking time.
Right. So, and I've seen some pretty interesting ones of those.
They're using the freaking Earth's magnetic pole to freaking fuel their freaking disguise, maybe.
Well, it's got to take a lot of energy, and
well, the Earth has a lot of energy.
It wouldn't just fit into a bracelet. The bracelet has to be some sort of just switch or something.
Yeah, something. Like I said, I don't know how it works. He just told me the story, and I was like blown away.
Well, we're gonna have to do a show on this. Find someone who will talk to us about it.
Yeah.
But so that's interesting. It goes on here that in 2015, a woman told Cryptozoology News that her Native American grandparents had encountered an unidentified reptile-like creature while crossing the Sabine River from Louisiana into Texas in 1920. And in 2002, A girl claims to have seen a similar creature camping at Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park in Page County. She
Oh,
stated,
wow.
I guess they've got an actual park named that. But she stated that the animal looked like a mix of a horse and a Komodo dragon
Huh.
with a dark gray-brown color. And just last month, a California man claimed to have seen a similar creature in Colusa County. So, what these might be some sort of other type of reptile humanoid
Right.
that
Right.
isn't
I mean, do they
necessarily
describe it
related
differently?
to the reptilian alien presence. And
Right,
this is
right.
a theory I've heard before, that there's these things called crypto-terrestrials who
Oh, wow.
exist underneath
Yes,
the
yes,
earth
yes. Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
in caverns and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pockets, and some of them, it's been suggested, some of them are these reptilian creatures who
Right.
seem like they descended from the reptiles,
Wow,
whereas
yeah,
we
that's
descended
cool.
from mammals and whatnot.
Hey, it can happen. Anything's possible. Anything
Yeah,
is possible. Never doubt anything, because anything is possible.
and of course that they are able of morphing and shapeshifting.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if that is a mental thing that they're putting over on us, like
Maybe
hypnosis,
they're broadcasting it in secret freaking waves
yeah, or
through freaking
using
those dishes, radio waves,
exactly. I want to know if
and
what
that's how
the
they're
theories
controlling
are,
us.
if it's technology or if it's telepathy, or
Right,
if it's
right.
a sort of a situation where there's both being used. But that will have to wait for another episode.
Yep, yep. All right. What's our next topic, man?
Well, next up we have who built ancient Egypt's Great Pyramid? Hidden
Okay.
text holds clues to thousand-year-old mystery.
Ooh, I always love Egyptian shit. I love
Yeah.
it. Love it. We love it.
Oh yeah, it's big on this show. We love it.
Oh yeah, we love this stuff, man. We go gaga over Egypt, man. We love, yeah.
So this has been in a lot of news. This one comes from Yahoo.
Oh, okay,
This specific story. So let's I'm
cool.
gonna read it. But I clicked the wrong thing. Archaeologists believe they have found the key to unlocking a mystery almost as old as the Great Pyramid itself. Who built the structure, and how were they able to transport 2-ton blocks of stone to the ancient wonder more than 4,500 years ago?
Okay, I'm going to give a hypothesis right now before you read anything more. I don't know anything about this story, but I'm betting you they had waterways, and that's how they transported their freaking goddamn stones.
Well, that is a good guess. So, experts had long established that the stones from the pyramid's chambers were transported from as far away as Luxor, which is more than 500 miles to the south of Giza, the location of the Great Pyramid,
Right.
but had never agreed on how they got there. However, the diary of an overseer uncovered in the seaport,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah.
uncovered in the seaport of Wadi al-Jafir, appears to answer the age-old question, showing the ancient Egyptians harnessed the power of the Nile to transport the giant blocks of stone.
Are you kidding me? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
They floated
Are you
them up the
serious?
Nile,
I
apparently.
didn't even read this
I
story
know.
at all.
You nailed it.
Oh my fucking god! Sorry for your face, people. Sorry. Oh, holy shit! That's awesome. I only heard the title of it. Frobisher tells me the title of it and whatnot before we go on the show.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I come in and I know nothing about the stories. And then I give my input about what he reads to me and Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that's cool.
So yeah, in this in this diary of the overseer, the ancient text described how the mirror, the name of this guy.
What? I mean.
They dug. Well, what they would do is they dug huge canals to channel the water of the Nile to the Giza Plateau.
Oh.
So they were doing huge waterworks and earthen building to channel off the Nile so they could keep floating these things over to their building site.
Wow. I'm still wow. That's wow, man. So
yeah, they just discovered that I don't know, like last month or something. So
aliens did not build the pyramids.
What?
So the aliens did not build the pyramids, but the aliens may have given the technology to build the pyramids.
This is the idea: is that the aliens, aka the gods of Egypt, they planned the pyramids. They designed them and oversaw their construction.
Architects.
Exactly.
And yes. Because they also found out that the buildings of the pyramids and the buildings of Egypt were actually built by sophisticated architects.
Well, right.
And they weren't slaves. They weren't slaves like the biblical Bible says. They weren't slaves. They may have had some slaves, but they're not like what.
Well,
their workers were paid quite well.
Yeah, I think from everything I've read, that,
they
were all sort of skilled laborers. They weren't. It wasn't slave labor. They were.
Yeah, they were paid well. And why?
It wasn't the kind of job that you could leave to a slave because you had to be skilled in all sorts of stuff, even if you were just moving the rocks or putting them into place. So.
Yeah.
And
they found it in an archaeological dig. And, cool. It's cool, man.
So now they know that they used rafts.
The big B. Incorrect.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
The official history is almost always incorrect.
Yeah. As we are finding out more and more mysteries and solving them.
Indeed.
Dun, dun, dun. Plot thickens.
As we continue researching unsolved mysteries.
Dun, dun, dun. But I mean, that is a freaking amazing that they finally found the missing link to the mysterious. How did they build the pyramids?
Well, okay, see that answers.
I kind of figured that they had to have had some way of carving out freaking shit to throw, because when you put something in water and it's floatable, it's easier to move. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Weight becomes weightless.
Right. Yeah. Especially, I don't know. Is the Nile salt water or flat or fresh water? I don't remember.
I think part of it goes to the sea, so part of it is a little bit salt water, but the rest is not.
Oh, okay.
Because they used to drink from the Nile.
Yeah, because I know
they drink
salt water things float even better.
Oh yeah. But okay. So the first part of the Nile,
right?
Because they have crocodile or out the big fat lizards. God dang it!
What are they? What are they? Caiman? Is that what they're caimans?
They look like it, yeah. And they're saltwater.
Yeah.
They got to be a saltwater croc.
Uh-huh.
They had them, and then further down the Nile they had caiman.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
an alligator or whatever, you know. And Egypt used to be not a desert. It used to be a
Oh
freaking
yeah, right.
glorious, beautiful
This is
freaking.
something. This is something I think very few people
Other
understand. Is
people
that
don't
the
understand
Nile
that Egypt is
Basin
beautiful. The Nile was,
was a a paradise. It wasn't
yeah,
this
it was
desert.
paradise. It wasn't just desert. There was farms, crops, and then shit happened.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens.
Yeah,
Climates change.
Earth changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So it's pretty interesting, you know, that these things are popping up everywhere, you know, and the Bible's a good book. I'm letting you know that. The Bible is a good book to teach children right from wrong.
Hmm.
It's a good lesson book to teach them civilized living.
But it is not a good history book.
No, it's not, which we are finding out more and
Yeah.
more each day.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. But no offense to Christians and whatnot, you know, I mean, you believe what you got to believe in. We all believe in the same thing. Something bigger than us created us all, and we're here. And we
Yeah.
don't know what the hell we are. We're human. That's what we call ourselves. But are we really human?
Yeah.
See
Exactly.
what do
What does it
they?
mean?
What is you know? What is, for instance, Christian God? What does God think of us? Did He call us human or she? 'Cause you don't know. It could be both. You just don't know. There's endless possibilities of everything. So don't knock something unless you research it.
Words to live by.
So what's our final topic?
Well, our final topic is probably the strangest yet that we've touched on.
Da, da, da. Yeah.
And here we have a UFO expert claims that the U.S. Navy is running top secret programs to detect alien spacecraft under the ocean. The
Holy
U.S.
shit.
Yeah. The
We
U.S.
are looking for extraterrestrials under the water.
under the
Well, you know
ocean.
what? You know what? That's where Antarctica comes in with the ship
yeah,
under
absolutely.
the Antarctica. It's in the ocean. That's why we're up there.
And there's these trenches that
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go
yeah.
down into these
They call it
underground
the Black Abyss.
caverns and into these underground lakes and
Yeah.
get into these little subterranean spots. Well,
I mean,
oh,
they could use one-man submarines now to fucking do it.
yeah.
Seriously, they do. They do it all the time. They go into black depth and they film. I watch a lot of nature shit. I'm weird.
Oh, that's fine. A lot of people.
I know a lot of history shit too. I'm weird. But they go down in this submarine that can hold 4 people in it, and they film the marine life down at the Black Abyss.
Right.
Excuse me. Sorry. Got a frog in my throat. Ribbit.
Right. And we find some very strange life down there. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. There's very strange life down there, and who knows it's down there? I mean, okay. I can't remember what they call freaking extraterrestrial freaking spaceships that go under the ocean. Is it?
Oh, I've got it right here. It's an
What are they called?
unidentified submerged object. A USO.
USO. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah. They're called USOs, man. They're able to travel in space and come down and immerse themselves in water and freaking hide from us. They're smart. I'm telling you, extraterrestrials that are visiting us, they are smart, intelligent, and some of them can be lethal.
Yeah, and think about this. If you want to have a base on a planet that goes completely unknown and undetected by
Exactly.
the dumb
I would use the
inhabitants of the top world, go to the ocean. You'd build an underwater base, right?
Yeah, right. That's
I mean,
what I would have done.
So let's look at this story here.
All right.
Mark D'Antonio, an astronomer and chief video analyst for UFO organization MUFON, said he witnessed what he believes must have been an alien craft traveling at impossible speeds while he was on board a U.S. Navy submarine in the North Atlantic Ocean. Mark then heard a naval officer ordering the sonar operator to log the unidentified object, which was traveling at several hundred knots, as part of the Fast Mover program. Currently, most submarine and torpedoes can only go up to 40 knots due to the resistance of the water.
Right.
The Russians reportedly have a torpedo that can go in excess of 200 knots, but a speed of several hundred knots would appear to be impossible for human-built crafts.
Right. It would literally crumble.
Yeah,
with the pressure of the water. It would fucking implode.
it would rip the craft apart, basically,
Yeah,
trying to move that fast through water.
Apart because of the pressure of the ocean.
Right.
So the spaceship had to have freaking the ability to stop the pressure from coming into the craft and imploding it. Had to have some type of technology to freaking be submerged like we do. Because we have submarines, we can go underwater, blah blah blah, But
here's the thing: we don't have like a
miles an hour and go in the water and still travel that fast and not fucking.
Yeah, we don't have something that can go like Mach 4 underwater. That's just not possible.
Yeah.
So here's the real lowdown story.
It is not possible. Anything is possible.
Well, yeah. So he was saying, blah, blah, blah. I was zoning out a little bit because I was seasick, and then all of a sudden the sonar kid shouts, "Fast mover, fast mover." And I'm jolted awake thinking, what's that? Is that a torpedo? The executive officer comes out, and the operator shows him the path of the object, and the officer says, "How fast is that going?" And the kid said several hundred knots. And I started to lean forward and listen in, and the officer said, "Can you confirm it?" So he goes to another sonar machine and confirmed it wasn't a machine anomaly, it was real. And I thought, wow, that is incredible. When the sonar guy said, "What do I do with this?" the officer said, "Log it and dog it." In other words, means log it and bury it. 4 years later, Mark, who was telling this story, said he was doing some more contract work for the Navy when he spoke to a senior naval figure about what he saw. I asked him, "Can you tell me about the Fast Mover program?" He looked at me and said, "Sorry, Mark, I can't talk about that program." So basically, he confirmed to me that the program exists.
Is real.
He said everything without seeing anything.
Wow.
What that told me was that USOs are common, and we even have a program in place to classify and log and determine the speed of them, and that goes into a vault.
That's insane. It goes into a vault, locked up, and then 50 years down the road, they release it to the public.
Yeah.
Well, hello, people. Slap yourself in the face. Wake up. We're not alone here anymore. They have been visiting us for years, millenniums. You know what? They could have been the ones that created us, the architects, man. I'm telling you.
So,
You
the
never
Air
know.
Force...
Anything is possible.
So the Air Force claims it's no longer studying UFOs, but yet the Navy is investigating USOs.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, they're still looking into UFOs.
Oh yeah, they're just keeping it. They think us citizens of America are stupid. Well, we're not.
Right.
We're not.
So
you may let them think we're stupid, but we're not.
Now, if the Navy's looking into unidentified, submerged objects.
Yeah.
The Air Force never stopped looking at the aerial phenomenon. They've just
Right. Of course.
They've just stopped
Stop
telling the
telling the
public
public.
about it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it
how they
looks like the Navy's not
They
telling
make it
anyone
fade
about this
away.
thing.
It's like it was nothing. It was big, and then it slowly just fades, and people go on as their business. Oh,
Right.
that was cool.
I know. I
And then, bam!
I imagine a lot of the public believes that no one's seeing UFOs anymore or something. Probably like, well, that was a thing in the 50s and 60s, and no one cares anymore. When no, there's just as many UFO happenings now as there ever was. So
Yeah. You know, I mean, but that's pretty amazing that he was on a freaking naval submarine,
yeah,
and he was in the freaking under the ocean with this damn thing traveling 200 knots.
yeah.
I mean, could you imagine the fear? The fear of something going to ram your ship, your submarine, and it could destroy you, and you're dead in a watery grave. That must have been highly intense and a little scary.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about you're encountering something that's
Yeah.
unknown. It's
Yeah.
doing impossible things that you don't understand. You're at its mercy to not like destroy you.
But I wonder if gigantic squid travel that fast.
Oh, I don't know.
Because if the gigantic squid could travel that fast, then it possibly couldn't have been a SU whatever. And it's just a fucking gigantic fucking squid that we've been trying to figure out where they live, what they do, what they eat, so forth and so forth, and try to capture them.
Yeah. Now I knew
That's another twist.
I do know they can go very fast. They can disappear out of somewhere like
Fucking, red squid are one of the fastest squid that we know that we have recorded. They're fucking fast.
That'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, it was just a thought that I get in my brain. I'm weird.
Oh, that's what this is all about. We're here to make
Because
the
we
connections.
Strange
We're here to make the connections that others might not.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Uh,
Well, I think this is the end of our show.
Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Strange Happenings. We are out. Bye.
Cool. Oh, let me stop the broadcast. And how do I do that?